I just read all 62 pages of the newest Diddy lawsuit, and by far this is the most disturbing thing I've ever read. This is the point where I usually tell you to grab a cocktail, but this time I'm asking you to grab some tissue.
How much I appreciate Puff that.
Do what the f I told you to do.
I have the viral leaked Diddy phone call from prison, and this changes everything. It's gonna shock.
I hope it's not my fault. I made an outcry to her that I'm willing to talk to her.
I was at a Diddy party. I was one of the party favors. But I told you, nobody tells on Diddy. Maria Z, I did that interview in 2021. 7 months ago. We made sure, I already knew, that Diddy and Oprah is about to get arrested.
Diddy really said, I ain't going down alone.
Do something with it.
It's just money coming to me easily. Money coming in and needing me. Money coming in repeatedly. Money coming, it's just money coming. It's just money coming to me frequently. Money coming in to be with me. Money coming in secretly. Money coming, it's just money coming. It's just money coming to me always. Money coming in all day. Money coming in all paid. Money coming, it's just money coming. It's just money coming to me frequently. Money coming in to be with me. Money coming in secretly. Money coming, it's just money coming. It's just money coming to me easily. Money coming in and needing me. Money coming in repeatedly. Money coming, it's just money coming. It's just
Everybody out there quiet as a motherfucker.
Hey, Kay, when you hosted for Diddy, did you catch any baby oil?
Yes, wrong person, the wrong question. Rihanna, did you attend any of P. Diddy's parties? That's crazy.
For Saturday,
I'm coming to the party, yo. It's on.
John, you made a statement about Diddy. What? Any reaction to Diddy?
Did Jay reach out yet?
Nah, Bob, he ghosting.
What this motherfucker doing?
how much I appreciate Puff that.
Do what the f I told you to do.
I have the viral leaked Diddy phone call from prison, and this changes everything. It's gonna shock you. I'm gonna play the whole thing. It's like 2-3 minutes long. Make sure to like and sub because I'm dropping all the updates on the case as soon as I get them. Things are leaking left and right on Twitter and on TikTok. I just saw the audio of Diddy hooking up with Bad Bunny, and that thing is crazy. I'll play it for you later as well. But let's break down this phone call from prison where it seems like he's talking to his son, and the call is very difficult to understand. I don't know if it's something about the jail phone systems, but either way, we're gonna try to break down every single word, but I believe that they're talking in code because I can't understand what he's trying to say.
What up? Yo, listen. Do not entertain none of this nonsense and nothing over the phone.
Here Diddy's being kind of smart because he knows everybody records prison phone calls, so he definitely knows that he can't say anything specific about the case, and you could tell by the rest of the conversation that he wants to make sure that they don't know what he's talking about.
I'm gonna need you to get rid of all the leftover pizza boxes.
The what?
All the boxes left over from the pizza. All the boxes.
So here we got Diddy talking in code about pizza boxes. I'm not sure what the reference is and what its actual code name for, but he's mentioning pizza and boxes separate, so I don't know what the pizza stands for and I don't know what the boxes stand for. If anybody knows what this means, leave it in the comments so we could talk about it. And also remember, this is just a legal disclaimer. Everything is alleged. We're not saying any of this is true. We're just reacting to something that we found on the internet.
Okay. Make sure you recycle the plastic like we talked about.
Yeah.
It's obvious Diddy knew he was going in and he had all this already set up on the outside for his son. And plastic could mean CDs. If he had some, videos on CDs or videos on flash drives, they're made of plastic. Even hard drives, a lot of them are made of plastic. So that could be what he's referencing. It could be a memory card, SD cards are made of plastic. So all that kind of lines up with what he's trying to say, which is get rid of the footage.
Did Jay reach out yet?
Nah, Bob, he ghosting.
Hello, welcome back to All Things Jenny. I'm Jenny. I want to start off by saying that everything in this video is for entertainment purposes only. Nothing should be taken as factual. I only take the videos that I have found on the internet by this creator who have spoken about her experience, and also opinion is not defamation, so do not come for me. Anyways, I have been watching this young lady on social media for a very long time. I think the first video I saw of her was 2020 when she was talking about this whole Diddy allegation, and at first I was like, oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. Until I started learning about different things, you know, when you have your awakening and everything, and you start seeing the world for really what it was. Because like everybody else, I used to put these celebrities on a pedestal like everyone else did. But until I realized that they ain't shit and they're only human just like us. So then I start to really look at what this girl had been saying. And she's been talking for years and people were not believing her, like myself. But
I just read all 62 pages of the newest Diddy lawsuit, and by far this is the most disturbing thing I've ever read. This is the point where I usually tell you to grab a cocktail, but this time I'm asking you to grab some tissue and definitely your earphones. Ashley Parham is the newest plaintiff to file suit against Diddy, but she also is suing a few others. She's also suing Christina Coram, here she is, Shane Pierce, and 3 John Does and 1 Jane Doe. And for those who don't know, John Doe and Jane Doe is a fictitious name that is used when the person's real name is unknown or being concealed. What we do know about these people is that Christina is an employee of Diddy. She's also known as his right-hand woman. And Shane, unfortunately, is someone that Ashley considered to be a friend. Back in February of 2018, Shane and Ashley met. He actually came to her rescue as she was getting into an altercation with another man at a bar. After the whole ordeal, a bunch of people are standing outside the bar talking, and then Shane decides to FaceTime Diddy, kind of showing everyone, look who my friend is, I'm important. Ashley kind of makes a face and is completely unimpressed and makes a statement on how she believes that Diddy has something to do with Tupac's death. Diddy, who's still on FaceTime, overheard the comment that Ashley made and told her she would pay for saying that. So after this whole ordeal at the bar, Shane and Ashley become friends and they keep in touch. March 2018 rolls around and Shane calls Ashley and asks her to come over to help him take his cancer medication. He said he was too weak to open the bottles. Little did Ashley know this is actually a setup and potentially about to be one of the worst days of her life. After she arrives, they make small talk. He tells her how he just got this new car and he wants to give her a spin. Now we know hindsight is 20/20, but this is a sign. How you too weak to open medicine, but you well enough to drive? Nonetheless, they head for a little spin in his car and head back onto the house. Once back inside his apartment, she notices that he leaves the door slightly open, so she mentions it to him and he says, oh, you know, the door's been tripping. I told maintenance about it. They should be fixing it soon. About 10 minutes later, guess who comes right on in? You guessed it, Diddy. Oh, but he doesn't come alone. He's there with Christina and also his bodyguard. The bodyguard is named as John Doe number 1. Also, Jane Doe is there, another woman who she does not know, but she describes her to be in her 30s with blonde hair. And John Doe number 2 and 3 are there, who's supposedly a friend of Diddy and Shane's and also Diddy's driver. According to the lawsuit, John Doe number 3, the driver never came inside, he stayed in the car. Ashley states that Diddy immediately started to antagonize her about the comments she made about Tupac. He started walking towards her with the knife, held it up to the right side of her face and said that he should give her a Glasgow smile. If you don't know what that is, it usually is when the victim gets a cut on each side of their mouth all the way to their ears. Then Christina urged Diddy to stop, suggesting that it wouldn't be a good idea. They could just sell her to one of their clients. Then Christina went on to threaten Ashley and said she would ship her off to anywhere in the world and she would never see her family again. Diddy and Shane then proceeded to strip Ashley of all her clothing. They pulled a bottle out of a bag and started pouring that liquid all over her. She was in fear at first, thinking that it was some kind of chemical, but then she soon realized that it was baby oil. Then Diddy instructed Christina to insert what looked like a syringe up Ashley's vag. Then something went wrong. Whatever was a part of their plan with this syringe, Christina wasn't doing it right, so Diddy started inserting it himself. Christina and Jane Doe decide to leave, and so now Ashley is alone with Diddy, Shane, John Doe number 1 and 2. Next, Diddy picks up a television remote that's nearby and starts violently inserting it into Ashley. Ashley is hysterically crying and screaming, and Diddy instructs Shane to flip her over on her stomach because he doesn't want to see or hear none of that. Diddy then instructed Shane to put a pillow over her head to muffle some of the screams, and then Shane proceeded to R-word her anally. After Shane, then Diddy, John Doe number 1, and John Doe number 2 all took turns doing the same. She also stated that before John Doe started, he doused her with more oil and then jumped on her back as if she was a slip and slide, which knocked the wind out of her because he was a large person. She also stated that while John Doe number 1 was doing this to her, that Diddy was sitting in a chair in the room masturbating and filming. During this whole ordeal, John Doe's phone falls near the bed. She tries to reach for it but can't grab it, and she says Diddy starts laughing and says he owns her now. She stated that by the time it was over, she could not move and she had no control over her bodily functions. At some point, Christina comes back into the room and starts giving Ashley an IV. I think that this is a good spot to end this video. I don't want it to get too long, and we're not even halfway through the lawsuit. So let me know what you think thus far in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.
Diddy really said, I ain't going down alone. I ain't going down without a fight, and telling everybody, He posted, I don't know if this was live. I think this was on live, and this is a screenshot from it. But he said, Diddy ain't going down alone. Listen until the end, where he basically gives a list and says, if I go down, I'm taking everybody down with me. Ooh. And this isn't his homies. This isn't like people we don't know. He started naming all the celebrities. And I was like, her too? Him too? Yeah. He said Alicia Keys, J-Lo, Oprah, Kevin Hart, Justin Bieber. Ooh, I'm stressed. But honestly, what'd they do? This is like that little island thing all over again with the list. Will Smith's on this list too. What'd they do? I don't want to know. Oh, but I guess the difference between him and R. Kelly is he's telling everybody. He's telling on everybody. He might as well make a song about it. This isn't good. It isn't good. You think these people, when they heard their name, were they stressed? Or were they like, okay, prove it. Prove it. And then at the same time, all the people on the list, what are they supposed to do? If you did something that's fact, and they did something that's fact, how are they supposed to help you if they're just as guilty as you did? What are they supposed to do? Pay your legal fees? Say me too? And then who's this? Is this his daughter, his niece? Who's this little cute little girl? He ain't right though. He used this little girl to be like, hey, he used this cute little girl to read off the list of all the people who've done horrible things with him. And she's like, Alicia Keys, Kevin Hart. And it's like, do you know what this list is, baby girl? He's naming people who did horrible things like him. Oh my word. He said tomorrow. So I think this was just posted yesterday. Is he talking about tomorrow or tonight? Look, the clips is bringing it all out. It's bringing it all out. I don't want to know, but I do. I don't, but I do. 2024, the truth is coming out. It is not looking pretty. I mean, the upside is people are getting justice, right? By the time everybody gets exposed, there's going to be no artist to listen to. Look, I might as well start coming out with the album. We're going to have to start listening to Andre 3000's flute music because everybody's guilty. Ooh.
Is Ali Carter being silenced?
I'm sure she is. I hope it's not my fault. I made an outcry to her that I'm willing to talk to her.
I was at a Diddy party. I was one of the party favors. But I told you, nobody tells on Diddy. Maria Z, I did that interview in 2021. 7 months ago. We made sure, I already knew, that Diddy and Oprah is about to get arrested. I already knew that 7-8 months ago. We went and made sure there were sworn documents. We have them.
It was put upon my spirit to issue out that invitation to a conversation with Ali Carter. And ever since then, it's been a...
People are dying. Liam Payne fell. He fell from a 3rd floor balcony. Do you really believe that man fell? He just... Oops. Really? Let's be real. Come on now. Big. Because what connection did he have? What was he about to do? What connections? What was he going to say? Okay. A lot of people are like, how are y'all still alive? We move a lot. It's exhausting. We move a lot. Because when we realize that we're about to be sitting ducks, we get up and get out of the way. If you were to sit still, then you're going to fall from a 3-foot balcony. Or a third story balcony.
So now, allegedly, Diddy is also related to the children in the shipping container situation. And what's crazy about that is somebody made a TikTok connecting the dots here, saying, like, what are the odds that not only is Diddy being accused of having this kind of connection to the shipping containers things and like the whole kids being in them and stuff, he lives super close to an area that has these shipping containers. And not only that, they're connecting the dots now to Ali Carter's stories, how she talks about how celebrities and rich people apparently have these underground tunnels and they go for miles. So it's not what you think an underground tunnel would actually be. There's like a whole bunch of different tunnels. You have to be led by somebody down there or else like you could easily get lost because it's so big. She's been talking about that. She's been talking about child auctions. So it makes a lot of sense for people to be connecting the dots to Diddy, because if there are child auctions and there are shipping containers that they're putting kids in, and Diddy's already involved in S-word trafficking, and if he's involved in the shipping container thing, all of this ties together. With every new story that comes out, I just keep sitting here thinking, like, is it ever gonna end? The allegations against this man seem to be endless. Like, who did he not hurt at this point?
Now, after listening to the whole Diddy audio being released from jail, whoever he was talking to, when he said, don't forget to take the pizza boxes out, right? So to me, if I was trying to tell somebody a message and having them decode it, if they're smart enough, if children equals, according to what the feds have released that, with the symbols and everything, children, box, shipping container, boxes would be pizza box, the children being in the box, which makes sense. Get rid of it. And him having a house that's very close to the port of most likely Miami or California, wherever the house is, then it would make sense. I want you to get rid of the leftover pizza boxes. You know, children, get rid of the leftover children that they don't know where they are. You know what I mean? So all of this is starting to tie up when you really break it down and decode